Thank you very much. Have a seat.
Good.
Oh, I don't know about you, but I want some of what Scott Olson was drinking. How do I get some of that stuff? Well, have a seat. Sit down. Relax. Thank you. We love you. It's wonderful to be in Brazil again. I would have been here as the meeting started, but I took my first experience with Nui last night. I'd never tasted the product before, and so Carrie and I drank Nui last night, and we slept in. So the product works. Now on Monday, I'll be in Salt Lake City with all the black diamonds from America. And I'm sure they're going to ask about Brazil. They're going to ask about how come Brazil has a different EMV, even a better EMV than America. And how come Brazil has Nui and we don't have Nui? And my answer's got to be simple. Because we love our Brazilian distributors more than we love you. Are we recording this? This will not be on Facebook. Now, I come with a broken hand. I told the leaders yesterday that a month ago I was on a four-wheeler riding around, and I looked behind me to make sure that Carrie's dogs were following. And as I looked behind me, I ran into a tree. And the tree won. And my hand was broken for a few months. So when someone asked me about it, I said it's because I looked behind. And then it occurred to me, how many people in life continue looking behind? How many people look to the left or look to the right versus straight ahead? And my message to you today is to don't keep looking at what's behind you. This can happen. Don't look to the left or the right. Look straight ahead. Have your vision and your dreams and your goals in front of you, not behind you. Yesterday is over with. Tomorrow, today is all we have is the present. But, Scott Olson talked about 7 years ago, we met. And we had a vision of where we were going to go. And we've changed a few things along the way. But yet, here we are today in Brazil with a packed house. And I told Carrie, isn't it amazing? Now, we can go whether we're in Brazil or whether we're in Malaysia or whether we're in Japan or whether we're in the United States or whether we're in Germany or over 20 countries now around the world. We fill up rooms like this are filled up because people around the world have vision. They still have dreams. They have families that they want to set free. They have husbands and wives and children that they want to spend more time with. People are flocking to this company because something is resonating inside. Something is saying to them, this is your time. This is your chance. Maybe this is what you've been praying for. So I know that something magical is going to happen today. Do you know why I know? Because it was so difficult to get here. And in life, your greatest rewards, your greatest victories always happen after your greatest challenges. First comes the trial of your faith, and then when you prove worthy of the challenge, the blessings come. So like Mauricio said just a few days ago, Carrie first realized that our visas had expired. We had 5-year visas. And so we said, God, if you want us there, we will be there. Open the way. And like Mauricio said, getting a visa from the United States to Brazil sometimes takes several weeks or several months. But within 48 hours, Carrie and I both had 10-year visas to Brazil. Within 48 hours. So, something amazing is going to happen today to some of you in the audience. As we prepared to come down here today, we got on our knees and we asked God to give us the words that He would want us to say to be a blessing. Because in life, that's really all that Carrie and I care about. We have been blessed enormously, abundantly. And all we care now is to bless you and to bless your family. To bless your lives in any way possible. What I'd like to do is, Carrie, she goes with me sometimes, and sometimes, like Scott's wife, Sue, she stays home. Because between Carrie and I, we have 11 children. 10 living children and 2 grandchildren. Our youngest child is 6, and our oldest child is 26. So we love spending time as a family. This next week we will all be together to celebrate Thanksgiving. We're thankful people. We're grateful people. But Carrie is here with me today because she wanted so desperately to come to Brazil. We love Brazil. It's in our DNA. We didn't know... I want to share from my heart today because some of you I have never spoken with before. I want to share with you that in October of 2004, Carrie and I were almost bankrupt. We didn't know how we were going to put food on the table a month down the road. We had started the company. It wasn't going very well. Great obstacles in our way. And like I told you a few minutes ago, it's only after a trial of your faith, it's only after the challenges in life come the great rewards. Carrie, would you please come up on stage? Welcome my wife, my beautiful bride, Carrie. So, in October of 2004, we had married a year earlier in 2003, and it's a blended family. And we started a company. It wasn't MonaVie at the time. It was a different company. And it just wasn't going very well. And in October of 2004, I turned to my wife and I said, we need to pray and ask God for help. I was feeling a lot of anxiety because I was the provider for 8 children at the time. Carrie was an airline pilot. But when we got married, she said, I'd rather be by your side rather than be in the cockpit flying jets. And so she's been by my side every day since we got married, and I so love her. And it's amazing that God blinds women to marry guys that look like me, isn't it? It's amazing. It's a miracle. So we got on our knees in October of 2004, and we prayed as hard as we could pray to God to bless. We needed help. So maybe some people in the audience are at a point in your life where you're praying, or where you should pray and say, God, I need your help. I've got children, and in this world where there's so many challenging influences, so many voices speaking into my children's lives, we need your help. We need your protection. We need your guidance. And that's what Carrie and I prayed. We prayed that somehow that He would open a way to be able to provide us a way to feed our children and to make a difference in the world. And we promised God at that moment that we would be faithful in doing so. That if given the opportunity, that everywhere we go, that we would honor His name and say that God is good. And that we would give back and that we would tithe and help people to the best of our ability. And that's why we're in Brazil today, because of the commitments we made in October of 2004 when we were on our knees. Because 7 days later, a friend of mine brought me the acai berry from the Amazon rainforest. I had never heard of the acai. And in October 2004, when he brought this berry, and he said, there may be something in this berry of value. And we had scientists evaluate that berry. And 2 months later, MonaVie was birthed in January of 2005. And we had our very first meeting. And we got on a stage like this to a much smaller group, probably about the size of this area right here, about 500 people. And we told them that we were going to build a company and do good for people. And we wanted them to come along and join us and talk to their family and friends about this product that could make a difference in their health. And to talk to their family and friends about if they get involved and start building, how the company would pay them every week for doing so. And everybody said yes. And 30 days later, almost all of them had already quit. 30 days! I was in this very room 4 years ago. 3 years ago? 4 years ago. I'm going to show you how this works. How many of you were at that meeting 4 years ago? Stand up. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. About 20. You're a lot smarter than Americans because only 10 Americans were with us 30 days after we started. Here we have 20 people out of 3,000 that were there 4 years ago. What happened to the rest? They look left, they look right, they look behind them, and they're broke.
Broke.
That's what happened.
Broke.
Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Don't look behind. Look forward. MonaVie will continue to grow around the world with people who have vision. Scott Olson and about 9 other people stayed with us after we launched MonaVie in 2005. I didn't concern myself with the people who quit, because I know in life most people will quit. Most people will quit on their family. Most people will quit in their belief in God. Why? I don't know. Life is hard. It was meant to be that way. This is the proving ground. This is the great laboratory where in the fiery furnace, character is built. Strength is created through adversity. We fell on our knees and said, God, we need your help. 7 days later, the berry shows up. 2 months later, we launched MonaVie. I'm back in Brazil. We're now in business 7 years, and now we're in 23 countries, and we've sold billions of dollars worth of product and blessed people around the world and helped the indigenous people who climb those trees and harvest the acai berry. And we are just getting started.